Hello and welcome. Have you ever had that feeling where you can understand English perfectly, but when you try to speak, the words just vanish? If that sounds like you, I want you to know you're not alone. In this explainer, we're going to build a really simple plan step by step to help you finally speak English with confidence. So let's start with this feeling, a feeling I'm sure many of you know really well. It's probably the number one challenge for English learners, right? That thought, I understand everything, but I just can't speak. If you've ever felt that way, please know that's a totally normal part of learning. So the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we build that bridge between understanding English in your head and speaking it out loud? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out together. We're going to break it all down step by step and create a clear path just for you. Okay, so here's our plan. First, we'll talk about that common fear of speaking. Then I'll give you a whole toolkit for practicing by yourself. After that, we'll look at how to find people to practice with. I'll also give you a little rescue plan for when you get stuck. And finally, we'll get you ready to start speaking today. All right, let's get started with section 1. Before we can move forward, we have to look at what's holding us back. And for so many people, that first hurdle is fear. You know that feeling? When you see a native speaker walking towards you, and your first thought is, I need to hide. Trust me, almost every learner feels that. It is so common, and it's okay to feel that way. The important thing is to start preparing for those moments right now so that next time you feel a little more ready. So, how do we start building that confidence? Well, let's move on to your toolkit. These are tools you can use all by yourself in a totally safe space to build a really strong foundation for speaking. And the best part is, you can start speaking right away. No pressure at all. For example, you could make a little cheat sheet with common phrases you use a lot. Or you can just talk to yourself during the day. Just say what you're doing in English. You could also practice with Siri or Alexa on your phone. They are very patient listeners. And there are lots of great apps that can check your pronunciation and give you feedback right away. Okay, now I want to share a really cool technique with you. It's super powerful. It's called the Imitation Technique. And it's an amazing way to make your speaking sound more natural and improve your pronunciation. And here's how it works. It's so simple. This is how you turn watching a movie into speaking practice. First, you listen to a short phrase. Then you pause the video. Next, you repeat the phrase and try to copy the music of their voice, the intonation. It's okay to exaggerate a little bit. Have fun with it. And for a final challenge, try to say the sentence again, but change a few words. It's a really great way to practice. Okay, so once you start feeling more comfortable practicing by yourself, it's time for the next step. It's time to find people to practice with. And trust me, this is where you will see so much progress. And when you're looking for practice partners, you basically have two options. You can find people in the real world, we'll call that offline. Or you can find people on the internet, which is online. Both are great options and have different advantages. Let's talk about the offline world first. You can find chances to speak in places you might not think of. Like, if you go to a museum, you could offer to help a tourist who looks lost. You can also look for events at places like the US Consulate or the British Council, or see if there's an English club in your town. And of course, if you really want an adventure, you can think about a language course in another country. Now, for the online world, there are so many options. The whole world is right there on your phone. There are great apps like Speaky or HelloTalk that connect you with native speakers. You could also join Facebook groups for language learners, like for IELTS or TOEFL. There are also apps like Clubhouse where you can just listen to conversations and then maybe join in when you feel ready. You could even just post on your Instagram and say, hey, I'm looking for an English-speaking buddy. Okay, let's talk about the biggest fear. What happens when you're talking and the word just disappears from your brain? That moment of panic. We've all been there. But don't worry, we have a plan for exactly that situation. The very first thing to remember when you feel that panic is this number, 7%. That's it. Research shows that only 7% of how we communicate is the words we use. Just 7%. So, if words are only 7%, what is everything else? Well, 38% is your tone of voice, how you sound, and 55%, more than half, is visual. It's your body language, your hands, your face. And this is wonderful news. It means you have so many other ways to communicate, even when you forget a word. So here it is, your 3-second rescue plan for when you get stuck. Number 1, just ask for help. It's okay to say, oh, what's the word for? Number 2, try to explain your idea with different, simpler words. And number 3, use your hands. You can show what you mean. It's amazing how much people will understand. And here are a few more little tricks you can use. You can try saying the word in your own language. Sometimes it's a very similar word in English. Or you can just stop, take a deep breath, and start the whole sentence over with easier words. And if you want to have some fun, you can try to invent a word, by putting 2 words together, like water and fall becomes waterfall. People will usually understand. Okay, we have talked about the right mindset. We have given you the tools for your toolkit, and we have a safety net for when you get stuck. So now, there's just one thing left to do. It's time to practice. So let's review your path from understanding to speaking. You start safe, practicing all by yourself. Then, when you're ready, you find practice partners, online or offline. You always have your rescue plan in your pocket for when you need it. And please, remember this last part. This is the most important. Practice a little bit every day. Being consistent is much more important than being perfect. Every big journey starts with one small step. So before we finish, I want you to ask yourself this question. What is the very first step you will take today? Just one small thing. Whatever it is, I really hope you do it. I wish you the very best on your journey with English.